recording, but what it was is I looked at the sign-in sheet and I was trying to figure out who this was. Okay, I think one was a squiggle, so I'll add you to that.
Holy mackerel.
What?
Some more cars I've seen out in the parking lot.
Be careful, they got enough for a jury.
This budget committee is right here where we need to be.
That's right.
Okay, so, apparently I made a mistake with the transfer station hours.
We had 26 and then we had 25, but it's actually 27.
Okay, so 9 to 5:55 on Tuesday, 9 to 5:55 on Wednesday, and 7 to 3:55 on Saturday. So it's 27 hours. Okay, can we get copies made for everybody, Boris?
Copies made for everybody.
Well, has everybody had a chance to read it?
I do.
Do you need copies?
Do we need copies?
Anyone need a copy? I have mine.
I know mine. Okay, that makes it easier.
Okay. If you don't mind, then I won't make any.
Okay, that's fine, I got my copy.
What are we changing? Tell me what we're changing.
Oh, we're adding Skip Wood to people that are present.
Start to 7 to 12 o'clock.
And, just changing the hours with the transfer station.
I can get it.
9
Yeah, bring it.
Is that the only change that everybody has?
Good, you?
Good, I think so, I put in the ones that you sent me. So
I didn't
those
call you
are-
back, so you didn't get information.
Yeah, well, that's what I figured. I wasn't,
We can scoot down.
but she had, you had talked to her today, so we should know what she had.
Now we can move chairs around.
Just, this is the first one.
It's the 55.
And the only reason I sit next to Royce is because the people up here are not going to sit there hitting each other.
Can we get budgets? How do we get budget? Close to print them. As the people go about page.
Oh, you close to 7.
I don't think that's a problem.
Did everybody get their budgets by email?
I got it, but I don't have, I can't print them at my house. Because, you know,
I'll make copies. Mine have notes on it.
Okay.
Does anyone have any without the notes?
Which one do we need? Okay, let me do this.
Animal control.
I got the
Good or
emergency
bad?
right here. I can make that copy. Animal control is blank if you have it.
I
And I'll make copies. How many do we need?
You can tell me.
What do we need?
Did we approve the minutes?
So at least
Four.
Can I?
five. Do you need one too?
Oh, I know.
You have one?
Fire and rescue? Yeah.
And animal control?
Yeah, we have
And the only other thing is, I don't know who
So at
has
least four.
the expense reports, but I know those were sent as well.
Check my phone off before it rings.
Yeah, that's, my black ink was running out, so. I have them digitally, which is not a big deal, but at least I have something to base.
Good, yeah.
You guys have been busy.
Ah, so good.
You guys have been super busy.
They have?
Oh, my word. Yeah, I hear them going out all the time.
Oh. Accidents or fires?
Oh, yeah.
Always love.
Just D, all the above, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually more than
Oh, really?
She's giving me the place.
I hate
Yeah,
Yeah, they-
Yeah.
vacation.
Okay, so there's no other changes to the minutes? Did we get minutes? You guys already went over the minutes?
No.
I don't know,
We talked
just
about-
people sent me corrections.
Fine.
Do you need a copy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a copy, Jim?
Yeah.
Do you need a copy, Becky? Anyone else?
Of the minutes, do you need minutes?
I'm
Yeah,
all
she
set.
needs minutes too.
See how well prepared we are? I told you.
Busy. That's my one.
That's the color it matched with my nails.
I thought he had his nails.
You should have.
No, I don't know.
Oh, there's trouble.
I'm hoping I do.
Easy, big guy,
Only
easy.
joking, I almost tripped anywhere.
I know, you'll be joking and then you'll hit.
So this is ACO.
Oh, we're gonna have mine.
ACO.
I just need one copy.
Oh, okay, so this must be my copy of
Is that ACO? Oh, wait, I didn't.
I'll bring it back to you for that. You mind if I do
Can I get my original ACO back? 'Cause it had a whole bunch.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Whichever one had a whole bunch.
We need the whole.
Oh, this one? Aw.
Sorry.
I came in for a whole bunch of.
No.
I'm getting
Did everyone get their highway run? That is already out. Did we go over highway last week?
No.
No.
I don't
He
have
sent
highway.
it with.
I didn't burn anything, I'm not burning it out. Yeah.
Oh, you sent it with animal control
Becky.
and,
No, I just now got animal control.
Thank you.
didn't get it sent to you.
Well, I maybe got it sent to me, but no, I don't have any idea. I checked my, I ran home and checked to make sure we were not and then I couldn't. So I don't print it off.
Oh, no, that's fine.
But I didn't open any, I just checked the last one to see if there was one.
Are you Mary Lynn? No, that's Mary Kay. Animal control. Mary Kay. Okay. K-I. I'm gonna stick right here. Yeah, I have my corner here.
I have a copy now. We're not going over highway tonight?
No.
When the highway
If you haven't signed it,
and
it goes on back.
Oh, nice.
I don't have the highway budget.
Afterwards, if you wanna wait, I have a clean copy. and I'll make
Okay,
a copy.
thank you.
Is everybody signed?
Everybody needs to sign, please.
Everybody signed in?
Not just me. Did the Mealy budget sign?
No, you can hit me if you need to.
Becky, we need fire. Fire? You have all the fire down
Do I have all of them?
Yeah.
What a hog. I have mine. Oh, yes, I do. Sorry.
Nope. They didn't have it.
That's why you need I'm upset, y'all. You fix that. It's better be fixed. I've lost my animal control. Did I give you?
Here's another one.
That's it.
Okay, anybody else need fire?
Can we continue, are we done? No? Okay.
Okay.
Let's get, everybody get their papers together.
Done.
Go on the road.
Okay, so.
Mary, are you over there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, Mary, you wanna go over your budget for us, animal control? Do you have a copy of it with you?
No, seconded. Who seconded? No one.
I'm good in the
Did
room.
you see
We
the
have a
thing about the
motion to
dog?
open the meeting.
Did you see the thing about the dog?
Who
You wanna know who seconded?
They belong to my signatures, right on that.
Sure you do.
I got right at the corner of
Okay.
it.
No, you did.
Little bitty
You did.
one.
Yeah, I said something. That's no way.
Son went down the water.
All in favor of opening the meeting in case we didn't? Okay, very good, thank you. Can somebody,
Whatever questions you have for me, ask them, I'll
okay,
answer.
very good. Regular wages have not changed to 7,700. Travel expenses, the same, 3,500. Staff development and training is 200. What would that be for?
We go to training up in Augusta,
Okay.
Bangor.
Bangor, 200, okay. Payroll taxes are what they are, I don't even bother. Supplies, 150, and what do you use for supplies?
Like, we're gonna be buying a trap,
I'm just kidding, a trap? Oh, okay.
a dog trap, have a heart.
Okay. phones, you both have cell phones?
Mhm.
You kinda need those. Services, I would assume that's dog service, and if you take them to the, what is it?
The Animal Welfare Society in Kinney.
That's it. Animal
Yep.
welfare. I couldn't think of the name of it, yeah. Okay, and that remains the same, you think that's sufficient?
I don't dare to go lower than that because right now we're saving money. Right now, as of December 31st, we're only at 24.15.
But you don't, you never know.
Right. Because if townspeople bring them in, we get charged for that too.
Oh, okay. So over the years, the 8,800.
I just thought that was way too much. When they went up on that a couple years ago.
Okay, we don't want to go lower. And dues and subscriptions kind of speak for themselves, you must be, after
That's
they do.
The Maine Animal Control Association.
Okay.
Don't we have a contract with them?
The shelter? Yes, but we changed it, was it 2 years ago?
I think it was last year.
Yeah, we changed it to per animal
Oh.
to
To
try
get
to
less
save
money?
money. So far, we're only at like little under 2,500.
Wow.
So
That's good.
we're trying.
It's saved
Oh, this year?
2,500?
No, that's all we've spent right now.
You get 42 for this year?
No. Not according to this.
No,
From June 1st of last year till December 31st.
Oh,
That's the way they're billing.
okay, so,
Yeah, because I had 42.55.
So next year we'll be able to really tell the savings of this contract, no contract thing, we'll be able to see better by next year.
Yep.
Okay. Total budget is 21,730. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I'm looking at outside services on here, and it says 42.55.
For current year.
Because,
that was Mr.
because it was printed in January, correct, and I think you probably just paid something on it.
Well,
Because
January
That was
20.
800,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the current one
still more than 24.
That's right, they paid 805, right?
Yeah, well, as of my record, 12/15, it was 34.50.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So,
sorry,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's,
That's all good.
That's my screw up.
So that would have been correct.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, Judy?
Yeah,
You okay with that?
yeah, as
Oh,
long
okay.
as this is a longer period of time.
Yeah.
But what were we paying before for the contract?
8,800.
Oh, so exactly the same thing.
And even in 15, 16, it looks like the actual number for that line was 8742.80. So that 8,800 is like a good.
We
Realistically,
almost hit it.
yeah, almost hit it. Realistically, it looks like, well, at least this way, it looks like ACO must have been pulled out of the general government at one point.
It was.
So we only have so much data to keep.
Right.
Yeah,
Would explain to them that you were paying quarterly no matter what, even if you took 3 animals down.
Yeah, before we were paying quarterly, so it came to that, we paid that
Okay.
amount every year. But, because they kept going up on the rate,
Mhm.
so then we renegotiated a thing of doing per animal
Good, very good.
to save money.
Other questions?
Thank you.
Yes?
I'd just like to give Mary just a commendation too, because she got the opportunity to have something donated to her, chip reader. She could have asked for anything, she asked for that chip reader, and that's gonna cut back on her travel expenses the next year, because every time she had an animal that she had to have chip read, she had to take it to Kennebunk.
After hours.
Yeah, so she did the town a huge favor for asking for that.
Now we'll be able to read them after hours and not
Oh,
have
great.
to go down, all the
Yeah.
way down to there if
Oh,
we can
good,
find
we
the
found my
owner.
dog again, you can read the chip.
So I just thought that was a fantastic thing for her to have thought of, and I just wanted to
Yeah.
give her
That's
a
good,
thumbs
that's-
up.
yeah,
Who
excellent.
donated? Some people that their bird was missing from New Hampshire, it ended up in Lebanon, it was a parrot,
Uh-huh.
and Carol was actually able to save it.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So-
That's great. That's
She
great.
found a
Good
parrot.
choice.
A big
Oh,
macaque.
yeah, my school.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
The other two are going.
Of all things.
Yeah, a bright red one.
All right, thank you very much, Mary, for coming in.
Thank you.
Oh, we're not gonna
You're
go
doing
over
a good
them?
job.
We're
Over the
not
budget.
going over the
I'm sorry?
expenses?
Oh, do you want it? You want to?
I don't know, I mean, we usually do, I don't really care. I don't know if anybody else wants.
Are there any questions on them? Okay.
We had one at a time. Hmm? You have my number. Text me. Oh. Okay.
Any questions? Everyone go over them? Okay, take your time, it's okay.
I'm gonna talk to her.
Yeah, look.
So, Mary, are you, you're the one that does the rabies clinics in town? Is there a profit from that, or?
No, we don't make anything off that.
Okay.
The vet makes the money.
Okay, I'll put that in, that's good to know.
Anybody, any other questions? No? All set, Judy?
All set.
You got a sense to see it? Okay. Thank you, Mary, for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank
Have a good night.
Bye.
Okay, you're on, chief.
Right. First I want to let everybody know that it's been a busy month so far. Somebody mentioned that. It's been a busy month. What's today, the 25th, and we've already done 32 calls. Most of them are EMS. Our EMS department has been really, really busy. We're about 30 calls more than last year from 2015, 2016. And so everybody knows is that all the revenue that the ambulance makes goes into the general fund. We get no revenue back. So on my budget, my wages will stay the same. Last year we moved some stuff around, and then I decided it wasn't a good idea. So the deputy chief is really the assistant chief. That was never changed. So he'll have his line item. Wages, and some people get confused on how this is run. The on-call is everybody, all the 33 members that we have. When they come in for extra stuff, that's training and all the big calls, fire calls and EMS calls, because sometimes they need more manpower. That's where that money comes from. So basically looking at my expenditures for half the year, I'm over. So instead of, but also on that $15,000 came the assistant chief's pay. So for this year, so that's why I wanted to separate it, to keep better track of it. So that's why it's not 30,000, that's why it's 24,000. And like I said, that's everybody. So if we have a large scale fire, that's all the firefighters and EMS personnel coming in to help with that. And of course, the wages for the day schedule is our per diem schedule, which is working out very well. And that rate rises because of the Looking for paramedics. Looking around, paramedics are getting paid anywhere from $18 to $25 an hour. This will give us a buffer, looking for more paramedics to cover more time. And then the night schedule, I did lessen it. They get a flat rate to cover just the night, and then if they go out, they make extra money, but that comes off the day schedule.
And how many people are on night?
2.
And how many are on during the day?
2. And myself.
So, you and 2 people?
Yeah.
Every night?
No, every day.
Oh,
Not every day, but I have.
But you don't come out of it.
No,
Day
no,
schedule,
no, I
yours
don't
is
come out of anything, yeah, I get
So
that.
yours is just up here on the
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah.
so the night schedule, they're making 13 something.
Well, the night schedule, they make a flat $35,
What?
a flat $35 for 2 people, and then if they go out, they make $10 an hour. But this also includes the rise in the, I knew I was gonna forget that word again. Minimum wage, thanks. I don't know why I forget that word. Because it's gonna go up. It's already gone up to $9, supposed to go up to $10, and it's supposed to keep on rising for the next few years, so. Yeah, so this also covers that. Now, also, if a ambulance goes out at, now the shifts run from 6 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, from 2 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night, that's Monday through Friday. If the ambulance goes out at 1:30 and that crew doesn't get back till 4, their pay continues, they don't make overtime, their pay continues, so then I end up paying for that 2 hours, between 2 and 4, I'm paying 4 people. So, that 179 also entails that.
Did you say the $35, is that a flat rate?
Flat rate,
Oh, so it's not per hour?
No.
I'm glad I asked that.
yeah, but the law says that you have to pay them at least minimum wage when they
Okay.
go out, so.
All right.
What is their pay schedule for the day crew?
The pay, it depends on their level. EMTs make 13, A's make 14, and paramedics make 15. I'm hoping to pay them at least $18 an hour with this new schedule. And some people have been there for 2 years, so I'd like to, and some of them have gone to school, so now they're not just EMTs. We've got quite a bit that became firefighters, and then firefighters became EMTs, so I'd like to be able to increase them just a little bit also. So with all that, that's what all that would entail.
Now, who makes $14 an hour?
The A's, the advanced EMTs. They're between a basic and a paramedic.
So what determines who's gonna be on during the day though?
Whoever signs up.
So it's voluntary.
Yeah, it's voluntary sign up right now, yeah, because I can't put anybody on full-time, which hopefully within the future we can sign them full-time personnel.
And you don't have any problem getting people?
Right now, no.
Are there any drivers now, or are they all?
Very few.
They're all-
I'm trying to do away with just drivers for the ambulance, have 2 medical personnel, because if they do have a busy day, one day we've had 4 calls, it's a lot for one person to have to text all the time.
Chief, what do your drivers get paid?
$10 an hour.
They get paid 10.
So are the EMTs, are they certified to drive?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of them are firefighters, they're certified to drive the fire truck also, and a lot of them are certified now for pumps. We all set? All right, travel expenses to stay the same.
I have one more question.
Okay,
So, do you have any that are just firefighters right now?
right now we have some of just firefighters, we get some of just EMTs.
So, yeah, I know what your EMTs get paid, 13. What is, somebody that's not an EMT, just a firefighter?
If they're working shift, $10 an hour, they're a driver.
But if they go out on a fire, does that increase?
They make, well, yeah, because they make $10 an hour, because we set that at, that falls under the on-call pay.
Okay, so if they're not an EMT, they shouldn't be working shift, they just come in on
If-
call?
If they're a driver,
Okay,
they can come in and work a shift, and they make $10 an hour,
okay.
all right? On the on-call, they make $10 an hour. Everybody makes $10 an hour.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So if we had a fire right now, the people that are on shift would make their regular hourly wage. Anybody that came in would be making $10 an hour. Staff development, 8,000. That's all our training and everything. That also includes our fire prevention stuff and any learning needs that we want to get to the station.
And you do a lot of staff development.
Yes.
That has no charge
Yes.
involved.
Yes,
Tell us about that.
We have, I have an EVOC class come in, that's driving emergency vehicles, so everybody will have EVOC, and that's free, and that's a college class. And I also have a pumps class that comes in, so everybody can be certified, and that's a college class, and we get that for free also. I also have a trailer come down for SCBA drills, and that's how people become certified for their SCBA training. Some people call it the habit trails for hamsters, is that they get all dressed up in their gear, they put their packs on, and then there's a maze inside, and it's dark and we can make it smoky. And then they've got to go through a course, which is 3 levels, with entanglements and stuff. So they've got to fit through like small areas. They've got to crawl. They've got to take their packs off and push them through. And that's a yearly class also, and we get that for free. But we've got people that went to school. I got 4 in firefighter 1 and 2 right now.
Why do you get it for free?
Why we get it for free? Because they're run through the academy, and we get some classes for free.
What does SCBA?
Self-contained breathing apparatus.
BA.
Yeah. It's the air tanks that we wear, not the axe. So we get those for free, and anything else I can find for free. I like to have outside instructors come in rather than everybody instructed from inside. I've got 4 in class right now to get their instructor 1 and 2. So those are offices, so they'll be instructor 1 and 2. I will take my test soon. I have it, but it's called something else, so I'm changing it over. Yeah, I have it from New Hampshire, and they changed it, so now I gotta go to the school and take a test. So I'll have my instructor 1 and 2 also, under the new name. Right now it's teaching methodology, and I just gotta go take the test, it's no cost.
How often do you have to do that?
Just once.
So what do the instructors teach?
Yeah, once you become instructor 1 and 2, then you can start, you can go train the trainers, and you can start doing fire 1 and 2 classes. It teaches you how to set courses up, how to teach a course, how to do public speaking and stuff like that. So like I said, I got 4 in 1 and 2 class. I put 4 through last year. They're all EMT, so they become cross-trained. We got 4 in the class this year for cross-training. I have 2 that just finished their EMTA course, looking for a test. I got 2 that are in an EMTA course. I've got 2 that are just finished their EMT course. One of them is our chaplain, who wants to be really involved with us. So he offered to take an EMT course, and he wants to get his fire 1 and 2 also. Trying to think what else is going on in 2 classes. I'm taking an FPA class in a couple of months. I think that's it, I think. But we're always looking for classes, especially for free.
Right.
And for the medical side, we have a medical director that comes in about every other month, and he gives us a lecture on medical procedures and stuff like that. So he's really good.
That's a doctor?
Yeah, he's a doctor. Yeah, out of So.
How many people do you actually have there now in the department?
33.
33.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Is that enough?
No.
Why wouldn't I ask?
Yeah. Okay.
So should I put a plug in the minutes that you need more volunteers?
More volunteers. And that's just the thing. Our volunteers come from everywhere for Lebanon, especially the per diem shift. We get a girl that works that does birthing, She's a midwife, but she comes from Northwood, and she'll do 4 or 5 shifts for us. We have.
That's quite a,
Yeah, I know.
Or a doula. Is she a midwife or a doula?
I guess she's
She's a
midwife.
doula.
I don't know the difference.
I think she's a
Midwife delivers babies.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
Doula.
Right here in town.
But a doula does too.
But the,
Well, she's a coach. Oh, yeah, she
Right.
doesn't deliver, she's a coach.
one of the things that is hard is finding people that wanna do the time, wanna, go to school, the days of going outside and saying, hey, it looks like you're, strong enough to pull a hose, you wanna join, is, kind of over, because of all the requirements now to be able to meet, so, the 512 classes, and then, when we wanna be a dual department, we have an ambulance that, then an EMT course, and just the 512 class runs from December till May,
Wow,
and it's 2 to 3 nights a week.
that's a lot to
Yeah.
ask.
So, and we've got some really, really good people. I shouldn't say some, all our people are good. And we, so, and they've really decided to move forward and, get some education and stuff, so. And I feel that if they're gonna too, I have to too, so.
You said it goes from when to when?
The 512 comes from December till May. They'll graduate in June.
Go to supplies, I mean payroll taxes we can talk about.
Payrolls, yeah, oh yeah, I don't understand those.
We can do them.
Has the payroll taxes gone up?
Yeah.
No, you have to come,
The payroll tax, no.
percentage rate.
Jordan
The way I-
calculated this correctly, that's why, yeah. Jordan did it, he calculated it.
It's not the way, if I come up
So
with
supplies,
7.65 is
what
what
is that?
normally was.
I'll ask him for sure,
So
but I don't
tonight,
think it
that's
has
only
gone on
19, almost
schedule.
20,000.
Supplies, both office and janitorial, paper, all kinds of paper, cleaning supplies and stuff. Vehicle fuel. Fire supplies. we
Can I
get away
ask
from
you
that,
why you
yes.
didn't go up on fuel when you're doing so many more runs?
Because I believe that if you look at the expenditures, we still get plenty, so.
So you think that 10,000
Yeah.
is gonna be enough?
Med supplies, I did go up $2,000. Med equipment is expensive. That even just buying a tourniquet is around $40, and we carry 2 of them on each ambulance. Remember, we just don't have one ambulance, we have 2, so everything I buy for one, have to buy for the other, then I have to have stock, so.
You've also got the drug problem that's going on, that's increasing
Yeah,
cost
yeah.
every year.
Yeah, so, about $2,000 on that to help with med supplies. Electricity, it seemed that, I went down, talking with Jordan over the bills and the heating, decided to go down. We're basically just heating one station right now, just a little bit. In Station 2, which we don't use that often, that carries all our supplies and everything, but it has to be kept at a certain temperature because of the equipment in it. And that's monitored by the oil company, because we have had problems in the past, when Ben was here, about them running out of oil. And the temperature got low enough where they had to replace all our medications within the station, within the ambulance, so.
In broken pipes.
In broken pipes, yeah. So that's now monitored, and, like I said, we keep it at the minimum temperature, so.
What is the minimum temperature?
65. Phones stay the same, that pays for both phones and mine. Propane, I don't know if it's on the expenditures, and I know that there's some problems with the expenditures, and Jordan and I are working on that, because like on one, he took it out of heating, but it really belongs in medical because it's oxygen, but it's air gas, so he thought it was propane. So him and I are working on straightening out that whole, I sent him an email with some changes, and
You don't use gas propane.
No, we do use
Oh,
propane.
you do?
Yeah, we use, it's for the
Also.
generators.
Okay.
And
And the air gas is
But air gas is for the.
He just added them.
Yeah, he added it
Oh,
to
I can
heat.
understand that, yeah.
So,
All right, so we're gonna fix that.
so him and I are working on straightening all that out currently. Building maintenance to stay the same. Vehicle maintenance to go up $5,000. The apparatuses are getting older. They need more work. So go up another 5,000 on that.
Your expenditures right now are pretty
Minimum,
close
yeah.
to, pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we figured out a couple things, and I
Yeah.
think you have like $200
Yeah,
under right
Yeah.
now, halfway through the year, right?
yeah.
Mhm. And that's mostly on the ambulance?
On the ambulances, yeah. Like the glow plugs went, that was over $2,000 just to have the glow plugs done in the ambulance because instead of just replacing one at a time, get them all done at once. But the problem is too, is that the way that they're in the engine is that they had to use a camera to get to some of them, so that increases time and stuff, so. Okay, safety equipment, $1,000, same as it has been. Services, I did go up, but that's a change from dues and subscriptions. I just flopped the money because I felt that some of that money in dues and subscriptions was better off in services. Services is stuff like host testing, or if I've got to get a backhoe to take down a building and that money comes out of there.
Excuse me, chief, but you didn't do our firefighter equipment, which is
Oh, I didn't?
also going up?
Oh,
now?
okay, yeah, I didn't. Oh, I skipped
Skip
over
that.
that. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just having fun. Oh, where did I leave it off?
Well, you did our equipment.
Office grid, okay,
You did
radios
firefighter.
will stay the same. SCBA maintenance will stay the same. These are basically new, and everybody has their own mask, plus there's masks on the trucks now. Equipment maintenance, it's gonna stay the same. Office equipment to stay the same. Firefighter equipment to go up. Fire gear, just like medical stuff, is getting expensive. Our gear is gaining on age. The average cost is anywhere from, just for a pair of pants and a jacket, it's anywhere from $1,600 to $1,800 a set. So that's figured in with that. And we only have one set per person. And with the new stuff coming out on cancer and everything else, eventually, I'd like to be able to move to, behind everybody, 2 sets of gear, because then, if we have a fire, we have 5 firefighters that always show up, and then they send their gear out to get washed, we just lost 5 firefighters. So,
So chief, every time that somebody leaves and a new person comes, do you have to buy them a new set of gear
we
to fit them?
hope, we hope that it fits, and that's not always the case,
So if you don't have anything that's right there
Yeah.
that fits them, you have to buy them.
Well, either that or I don't hire them.
It'd be a shame to
Yeah.
lose somebody because you have
Yeah.
gear that fits them.
So, and right now, I currently have 4 sets of gear. 4 sets of gear that nobody's in right now, they're in our stock, but 3 of those pants are out for repair. So it's gonna be a month or 2 before we get them back.
What's the hose and ladder testing?
Hose and ladder testing, yearly, we have a company come in and they professionally check our hoses and our ladders. They do a full report and they repack the trucks and everything else. So it's a full company that comes in and does this.
That's expensive.
Yeah, it is, but it takes the liability out of everything because they certify everything. So.
When we used to do it alone, it used to take us about 5-6 weeks to do, so.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's a lot of work, especially if it's only 1 person or 2 people that show up. It's a lot of work. So having a company come in, they certify it, they let you know what's busted, they pull it off, they reload the trucks, they're very quick, they get it all done in one day.
So they're all insured. in
Oh,
case
yeah,
something happens.
yeah. It's called fail safe, they do a lot of the departments around here.
And by having them do that, that helps on liability.
Yeah, on workman's comp stuff and stuff, so. Yeah, technology, $2,000. No, technology maintenance, I'm sorry. Criminal records, nothing, because the state of Maine doesn't charge us.
What about New Hampshire?
New Hampshire doesn't really give us a good, report back, so they haven't been charging us either. It's very hard to get a,
We used to get one, and but we used to have to pay for it.
yeah, Jordan hasn't been able to, they haven't billed. So, I don't know if they changed their mind because of, Maine, but I don't even think Jeanette, after a while, was getting billed, so. Paramedic intercept, we're gonna leave it the same. Billing fees are gonna go up, because when Ben and I looked at this last year, we thought that with the cut in we went from 8% to 6 1/4. Right? I mean, 8% to 6 1/4.
6 3/4.
6 3/4. We thought we'd be saving some money, but the problem is that our call volume was picking up, which is more billing. An average basic call is around $1,200 with $21 mileage. So in the last 30 days, last 30 days, so the last month was December, so November, out of all our calls, the total bill that came in was a little over $12,000 to the town. Out of that, less than $900 had to be paid to the insurance company, to the Comstar. So we got all that money, but that goes into the general fund. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I'm hoping that maybe in the spring and then I go back down to Comstar and get more hacked off the billing.
My thought on this is, why shouldn't that be billed right out of general fund instead of coming out of the department? I mean, they're the ones collecting the money, they should be responsible for putting it in.
Yeah, and then there's also thought of, it's just the way that it has been.
The way it is, but it's just an extra bill, it shouldn't be. 'Cause
Yeah.
You have no control over it,
And you're not
they're getting
getting
the money
anything
for it, so
from
they
it.
should be.
No, and that's one thing that I try to explain to people is that we've got to expend money, but we get nothing back. We can charge for going out and treating somebody with medication and charging their insurance company. But the department doesn't get the money back. The town, overall the town does.
So basically, your budget is just what you spend, and you can't compensate for what you're getting back by like lowering,
No.
for example, your medical costs. It could be everything instead of everything minus what you're getting back.
And an EpiPen's around $300 right now, so, and we carry 8 of them.
What does the insurance pay for an EpiPen?
Oh, I'm not sure, I never broke it down.
I'm just curious, I was just curious.
I
how much
just
they
read
pay
about a
for it.
company that's gonna be
That
charging
probably depends on the
$152.
Yeah, but they have to meet
Oh,
through
sure.
Maine EMS and everything else before they'll allow it.
Do we need to raise our cost?
It's just generic.
Well, I just got funny you mentioned that. Yesterday I got an increase to meet, every year they send you what
Yes,
the
they do.
region is doing.
Right.
So I just got that increase and it raises it about $100, a little over $100, I think, as I looked at it real quick,
For the call?
per level. Because you've got a basic level, you get like an A level, and then you get a paramedic level.
Will you be putting that in before the budget goes to vote?
Yeah, but you won't see that
Just
here.
asking. No, I'm just
Yeah.
asking, you
Yeah.
are gonna put in.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
so that's gonna be good.
yeah.
That's only if you transport, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can go out to 40 calls, and unless you take something
Yeah,
to the
unless we
hospital,
transport,
you can't
yeah.
bill, right?
Yeah.
When is that?
Well, there's a couple schools of thought on that, is people are paying taxes, for one thing. So if they call you, a lot of times they just want to be reassured that they don't have to go to the hospital. Sometimes we dispense medication now, and we could charge for that if they want to give us their information, their insurance information. So, but if somebody calls us and they, sometimes it's just like, they're not sure if they should go to the hospital. We're the ones that have to look at everything and determine.
I guess Sanford charges.
Some are, because some are becoming habitual, and they'll get there and they'll be like, oh no, I really don't need an ambulance, so some departments, it isn't just Sanford, it's becoming nationwide to charge. And that's only if they'll give up their insurance information.
Okay, I still talk to my friend. I mean, they just sent her a bill,
Uh-huh.
you know, I mean, they didn't have any insurance information, you either pay it or you.
Yeah, you can, what they're doing is they set a flat rate, that if we come out, we're gonna charge you $50 or $100 or whatever, you know, the time for the people, so it could be their hourly rate and the wear and tear on that, so it could be $200 or $300. Yeah, every department's starting to do it differently. And it's something that we can look at as time goes on.
Well,
Yeah.
it would just be one of those things that would be, you know, because you're generating an income.
Right.
Somebody's gonna go out, you know, I mean, if we were paying whoever we had a few years ago, they would be charging us. You know, there's no reason for us to be going out to pick somebody up off the floor because they can't get up on their own. So, you know.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go and get it.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but,
So sometimes the
but you
school-
still could be charging for them.
So sometimes the school of thought is that, you know, people pay taxes, so that's a service that we provide to them.
Plus, you don't wanna discourage people from.
Right,
Call.
because if it was your mom on
Because
the
it's a
floor,
real
you would want her to
emergency.
stay there because she's afraid of having
No,
a
I
bill.
want her to call me and I
You
can
know?
pick her up.
I know, but not everybody has
Ben,
family down the
Ben, did
street.
you have something to say?
I was just gonna add to that, Jerry, was that actually comes down to select board's decision, whether it will be charged or not, so, I mean, I understand the questions to the chief, but it's not his decision whether that would be charged or not anyway, but.
Okay, so why is it that you guys aren't charging for that? I mean, you know, it's a flat rate. There's no reason for them to be going out on calls. It's costing us gas, it's costing us wear and tear on the ambulance.
We
it's
would really
costing
have
us-
to get into some serious discussion about it, because then you're gonna have to have staff for
That's
it, you have to have somebody
Yeah.
for billing, somebody to track that billing.
I have to say that I think this would be another meeting
Chief.
all by itself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, doing it at the
Well,
same
it
time.
may- but it-
So it's probably tracking and billing it, while they're doing it, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm starting to do it for
But there's also-
safety.
There's no reason not to answer the call, but there's still, I mean, I've brought this up about every year. There's no reason that we aren't charging for some fee. You know, especially with the drug issue that's going on and stuff.
Well, Phil, we understand that you're concerned about it, why don't you can ask to get on their schedule. Maybe that would be the thing, to try and get on the schedule for that board.
Do you have a phone-in number?
But
I'll
for-
call you all in.
for the selectmen, yeah, I think you need to
Well,
try
I
and
would
get
put
on, get into one of their meetings, really.
I don't wanna be at that meeting.
Well, we'll let you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
we'll let you know.
For or against? Because I'm not
Go
telling you if you're
ahead,
against.
Steve, you can go on.
I'm against,
Me too.
Why?
Really.
I am too.
because we have a lot of people that are really low income for one thing, and we
Well,
have a
yeah,
lot of people.
our
that
medical
are
director,
discouraged from
$5,000.
Thank
volunteering.
you.
Yeah.
That's
All
right,
right.
you're right.
Postage, 110, and I just found out, because I have a PO in for postage, and I just found out stamps are going up like 2 cents.
Oh, no.
Kidding?
Almost,
No, I didn't know.
it's almost 50 cents.
So
per
try to
stamp.
send something overnight.
Well, you know what, that's why they don't put the price on the stamps anymore.
That's all.
That's how you know.
It
Well,
went down.
to its
It
destination.
did go down.
I know.
Then it went back up.
Dues and subscriptions went down because I moved the money, some of the money into the services. So that's our couple of the magazines that we get, that's memberships into the Maine Chiefs Association and stuff like that. Physical exams, $3,000, staying the same, and the,
That includes drug testing too, right?
yeah, that includes everything,
Yeah.
yeah. The debt services, FRF, nothing. I had moved some of that money too into, I believe I put that in services also. To take it out of there, I'm trying to, looking at not having 3 pages of, eventually having, not having 3 pages of paperwork.
I have a question.
Yes.
The medical director, the
Uh-huh.
doctor, how often does the doctor have to come in?
He has offered to come in and give us classes about every other month.
Wow.
Yeah, plus he reviews some of our tougher cases. He'll come in and talk about some of the cases, so if we have questions about the cases, you know, and to make sure that everything was done, yes, yes. So we'll sit down with not just the people that were there, but other people, and it becomes another classroom.
Well, he hasn't taken any money this year.
That's because, Jordan was waiting for his I-9.
What's that?
It's a form he has to,
Oh,
fill out for the state.
okay.
So Jordan has that, so that'll be taken out.
Does he review all of your reports? or-
Not all of them, only ones that,
Citizenship or something.
myself and the paramedic
Could one
want him to
person at a
review.
time talk, please? Thank you very much.
So if there's a certain case that came up that we want him to review, we send it to him and he'll review it. He'll pull all the files, he'll write up his little synopsis, and then he'll come in and give us a class on it. So, and we've had, 4 classes with him already, and it's been amazing. People have really taken to it. They like his,
That's
likes his stuff.
pretty
So.
good bargain, I'd
Yeah.
say.
And just to let you know, Lebanon's never had a medical director before.
No, I know.
So, this is a good plus for us.
So, back to postage. Do you think you need to raise that a little bit?
No, I'm gonna leave it, but it was just funny that I put a PO in for postage, and, then the rate's gonna go up. But no, I think that we'll be okay with postage.
What do you
My
use
stance,
it
yeah.
to use?
Well, you got places that
Like
haven't
sending
spent
your
anything.
report?
What's that?
You got some spots where you haven't really spent anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The postage, I send out everybody a birthday card, every month. It's small, but they like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to mail out reports, sometimes I get some letters in that I have to return and stuff like that, so it's,
Yeah, I was just curious if
Yeah.
you have to mail your reports or something.
Any other questions?
I have a question. If we got paramedics, would that help with the paramedic intercept?
eventually, yes. But we'd have to have paramedics on staff about 24 hours a day. So, which is something that, we've got 32 calls this month, that's a lot of calls, and, so, and we've had to call paramedic in a couple of times already, so.
They charge us $375.
Well, I realize that, but where he's saying he'd like to hire paramedics, I was just
If
wondering.
I can,
would that
More
help?
of those you can take off.
If-
Yeah, the more paramedics you have, the more of those you can break out.
If you notice that I've already,
Yeah.
let me see, yeah, if you notice, I had gone down previously on the paramedic thing, side of it, so, with bringing in, getting at least a couple more paramedics and having them work more hours, we'd be able to offset that. My goal was to be able to take that money and put it into the pay.
Because that's a lot of money that we spend out for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to let you know, Sanford's the only one that charges us. Milton covers that in because they can get there quicker than we can, so that's an automatic mutual aid for certain calls. Currently Frisbee doesn't charge us. Acton doesn't charge us. So, but we can't leave Sanford out because of how close they are to some of the calls and stuff like that, so,
How much do they charge you?
$350.
Oh,
$375.
$375, I'm sorry, $375
Per call?
per call.
Yeah. Is that what they, I'm sorry, is that what they always charge?
No, well, that's what they started to charge when I took
It was
over.
higher, was it not?
No, it was a $2,000 billing.
Right.
No.
When that's charged, you reimburse or rebuild the insurance company on that?
That is in our billing,
So, I mean,
so
it gets back
it
in.
gets, it goes back in the general fund. It's in our billing, yes, so, and then they just send us a bill, so,
But they pay the full
yeah,
$375.
yeah.
I have a question. I know we talked a couple of years ago about showing up for accidents and whether you get anything from any of it.
Yeah, and Skip will be a big one on that, they don't pay very well.
Not without, going after them.
You know,
I
some,
mean, they did it first, but then the
I noticed that some towns in front charge for that.
yeah, and then, when you start getting a lawyer involved, then you're talking, you know, $300 an hour, whatever they're making, is it worth it
No.
in the long run, you know, so.
The biggest reason we put that in was because when we had that plane crash, we was
Right.
standing by for 2 days, 3 days, and then we turned the bill into the insurance company, and they wouldn't pay us because we didn't have an ordinance on it, so. We put that in order to get paid for those things, and that, you know, you can get paid for the car accidents, and you can submit the bills and
Well, I
so
know it's
forth, but-
become a big issue in the
Right,
state.
and a lot
A
of
lot of
departments
towns
are,
are
but it's just.
trying to figure out how to deal with it.
And it's like your medical bill, and you may do, you know, Comstar may send out a $1,200 bill.
Right.
You only may get $900 back because of insurance, so.
That'd be good.
I'm looking positive.
I was thinking that too on a good day.
Yeah.
So Sanford charging $375, that's not for mutual aid, right? That's
No, that's if we call for a paramedic.
Okay,
All right, and if,
because they're closer to it than we are, for Sanford.
no, we have an ambulance going there,
Right.
but if there's if we don't have a paramedic on, then, and we need a paramedic, like for a heart attack,
Right.
we have to call in so we call in Sanford if it's on that side, for the drugs and stuff like that. And they'll charge us, if we don't have the person in our ambulance, then they take the person and we don't get charged. Because they get all the bills.
They get billed,
Yes.
they do billing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm a little concerned about, what I didn't know, you had said that the $375 gets passed on to the patient through the bill.
Mhm.
So if you live on like my end of town, the Frisbee end of town, do you,
It's
your bill
the
is
same
less
billing.
money
No, it's the
than-
same billing. It's just figured in that straight line.
Oh, it's figured
Yeah.
in the flat fee. Okay.
Yeah, we went with flat fee last year because you weren't flat fee before, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
But that $375 is figured in all the way around the
Yeah.
town.
yeah.
Even if we don't use that,
Yeah.
we're still getting billed for it. Interesting.
Any other questions? Everybody thoughts on? All right.
Your expenses,
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see
no,
you.
we haven't gone through the expenses.
Oh, well, we can.
But your expenses were less last year than, quite a bit less.
Yeah.
On some of the areas, yes, because I'm trying to make sure that I can make it through the year without being over.
If this was last year, not this year.
Yeah.
You're $102,000.
Oh, and I know that, I don't know if it was a difference between me and Jordan or what, but as I understood it, at one point, he shut down all my spending. He told me no more POs or anything else, so he stopped spending.
Yeah, you didn't take over.
He wasn't there, it wasn't him, he wasn't here. It was the last year that just ended in June, that year.
You're talking 15, 16?
Right.
Yeah, the full year, there was 102,000 not spent.
$102,000
Yeah, I don't
not
know.
spent.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's
you
what-
didn't do that budget, right? That was done
That
when
was
we
his,
come in.
that's his budget.
Yeah.
That was last year's budget.
Yeah.
Well, when did Jordan come in? Because I know that he was in there.
Came in what, June?
July, so this one ended June 30th, the one we're talking about.
2015, 16
Debbie Ricks.
would have started in
What's
June
that?
of
Debbie Ricks was there.
2015.
Debbie, oh, maybe it was Debbie, not Jordan, Debbie.
Oh, Debbie.
It wasn't you.
It's still,
Poor Troy, what blame we
I know, I forgot that she was in there. But she shut me off early.
Okay.
So what do you do when you shut off?
Don't buy anything.
I don't know, I got it.
yeah, but
He told me no
$102,000
more.
is quite a bit already.
Yeah, 2011.
You didn't spend, so you didn't need it.
Didn't have any money.
So you're telling us that you watch your expenses, so you know when the end is near, correct?
Yeah,
You don't really have to be told, huh?
no,
No,
No.
okay, so.
and I really don't wanna go over.
We really don't want to.
You know.
No, we don't. We wanna make sure it's sufficient, so not inflated.
We also don't want the trucks out.
Well, some things are controllables. I mean, some things you actually can really control, some things you cannot
Plus,
control.
plus this is a new budget. When I took over, and I took over the EMS side, they really had no budget. So it was hard to find out what really was needed. We didn't have, we're in a paramedic, we lost our paramedic license, well, I turned it back in. So we're still trying to narrow down the budget.
Yeah, because 15, 16 would have been the first year when everything
Yeah.
was merged together, so.
Yeah.
Because all your EMA expenses are included in this too.
No, I
right?
did right away with EMA.
But I mean, you're going to like emergency
Yeah.
management classes
Yeah.
and stuff like that, so that's all in this budget, everything
Yeah.
is all now in this
Yeah.
budget?
So this is fire.
Yeah,
No, fire and EMS.
Fire, EMS, and.
We did away with the
EMA.
EMA budget.
It's still on our list, is why I was asking.
Still labeled emergency services though.
Yeah, emergency services, yeah.
Now, do you have to turn in the bills and sign every one of them like we used to?
I'm trying to get Jordan to stop some of that, but I'm trying to get him to give me all the bills now because I've noted, and that's one of the reasons why some of the line items are off because I wasn't seeing the bill. So now I'm starting to get some of the bills sent my way.
They weren't supposed to pay it unless you signed it.
Yeah.
So that would account goes, because there's some in here, like you've got heat and oil under the medical expenses.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, that some of them were messed up because I've sent him an email about it and then we've talked about it, so. I'll talk to him again tomorrow about it.
Propane's an example of
Yeah.
how that can happen.
He fixed that,
Yeah.
he.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's when I told you, it cost me $675 to get it put in the right line.
Any other questions? Your son, take your time. We're doing good tonight,
So
time.
this is like
You got-
$35,000.
In here, you got an NFPA flow test, $700, which doesn't show up, that would put your CBA budget over.
Are you still looking at the
This
50s?
year's.
You're looking at this year's?
This year, it's under outside services, fire tech and safety, $700. That was for flow test on the SCBA's, right?
Yes.
So it looks like the
That would
big
put you
difference
over.
is mostly in,
Nancy, you have that?
I don't have it printed, I have, that's why I was trying to get my phone and came onto the internet.
Because you had 384
Big
so
difference.
far,
You have to
that's
open
the
up
shows,
and
but that
tilt
was
it
just,
slightly
that
to
was
the left
1,000 something.
and turn
Over
around.
budget.
Well, you're talking in the
That way.
SCBA, and I took it out of services, right?
You got it, yeah, but that's put you over a budget already. And you said you didn't need that much.
Get your Wi-Fi on.
Mm-hmm.
Or the name show.
Well, it,
no, it's on. So the biggest increases are wages, basically.
And if you think about it realistically, the budget technically only went up a couple thousand from what 15, 16 was and what was originally proposed in 16, 17.
Yeah.
But then the town said no and they brought it down.
What's happening with the new fire engine?
we're gonna scrap that idea right now because of the amount of runs and the age of our ambulances. So with the, support of the board, we're gonna start looking for a new ambulance. We have one ambulance that's 14 years old. So what we're doing is, I've had a meeting with the acting chief, because they're looking at buying an ambulance. So if we can agree to buy the same ambulance, maybe we can get a discount. With that, we wanna put 2 new Zolls on it. Zolls are $40,000 each.
What's that?
That's the heart of the ambulance. That's our AED, that does your pulse, that does your oxygen. Right now, we're looking at buying, with the ambulance, 2 new Zolls, but Acton's looking for a new Zoll. Milton's looking for a new Zoll, maybe Waterboro's looking at a new Zoll, so it'll be a big discount. Plus the trading of our 2 Zolls, and then what I call the automatic thumper. You put it on during a heart attack and it does your compressions for you, and that's illegal in the state of Maine. That was bought before my time. It's up in the attic, all the parts are there, so they're gonna buy that back also. So we're looking at good discounts. Also the Stryker stretcher, which is the automatic battery operated stretcher. Going in with Acton and maybe another department and buying 3 as a discount. So right now, tomorrow and Friday, I have 2 ambulance distributors coming over to show me their ambulances.
Now, do you need to, is that gonna be a warrant, a referendum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this year you get it done? Wow.
Yep.
Wonder how many warrant items we're looking at for this year's ballot?
I don't know.
No statistics yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Acton's looking real, to do something real quick, so we're gonna jump on and see if we can't agree to get 2 of the same ambulance. And hopefully save some money that way. But with the amount of, the time that they're going out and the use that they're getting, our main ambulance right now is taking a beating, so.
Well, I'm thinking that there are way more calls for rescue than fire.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, there aren't that many fires anymore, not like it used to be.
You're going with 4-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah,
That
four-wheel
was a
drive,
problem
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Four-wheel drive all over the body.
I feel like
Yeah,
that's
as a
a
matter of fact,
guarantee.
they had to get pulled out the other day
Yeah.
from somewhere, in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah, just because it's four-wheel drive doesn't always guarantee.
Nothing else,
you
really.
Yeah. But, so that's, with, talking with the select board, that they said that was the best way to go, so.
Yeah, people tired of seeing the fire truck on there. And
Yeah, maybe they'll go for the ambulance.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll go for the ambulance. Who knows?
That fire truck, how many times have we bought on there?
God, it's been years.
Lord, that's been
Years, right?
forever.
Scott?
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Well, you did purchase a fire truck this year.
Yeah, but not quite.
Fires, we try, not quite.
It goes out on how many calls?
Yeah, it goes up a
Just
lot.
about
Does
every
it?
single call.
And it's set up for structure fire too. We have half of it structural and half of it forestry, then there's also, which is nice because it carries all our rescue stuff, so.
It's usually your first fire truck there because of the size of it.
Oh,
Get
okay.
around a little bit better.
So, because it's nice because now we can keep our stokes in there, our stokes basket, backboard, medical supplies. I just got, some, pulleys, some figure 8s for rappelling, some harnesses,
Wow.
so, all donated.
Yes, and the chief says he's got some classes that'll be going to.
Oh, well, I'll be there.
Yeah,
All right.
You
yes.
can take that class?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a parachutist that fell in the woods, in the swamp. He was from California. He was looking at his drop zone and saw the drop zone, knew he was good, watching the sunset, looked down, and there was a cloud, figured he was still good, looked at the sunset, looked down, and he didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
So, and he was gonna drop it in the field, but he didn't know how the owner would feel. So he saw this open land, like, in the middle of these woods, and it was a swamp.
What he thought.
So, nice guy.
California
season
Nice
jumper,
guy,
too, right?
yeah. So, then we had a girl that, I knew from her accent she wasn't from Maine, she was from Germany. She landed in a tree very hard. Bruises on her face, eye like this. Broken ankle because she cut herself away and fell.
Oh, she's.
So we transported her, and then we had a girl when it was really, really hot, dehydration. So, but they're pretty good over there. They work with us very well, and we're going to be working on doing some classes when they first open up.
You wouldn't want to be with the old people that we used to be there.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
And they're talking about doing a group discount on jumping. I'll be on the ground watching.
Oh, no, I think that you should be the first one out.
Yeah, no.
I've done it before here.
Yeah. I'm all set.
Loved it.
It was kind
Any other
of.
questions? Any other questions?
Oh, quite a few times, yeah.
Had that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The night crew,
Happy to go out and once you see how it's put together.
Could I have some attention?
the night crew, what's their average time to get to a call, and how far, what's the distance that you allow them to travel?
Well, our night crew's pretty good because they either live in East Rochester or they live on that side of town. So it's just a matter of minutes
Ooh, that's
that they get there. And I had to tell them sometimes, I hope you're not racing, but they're like, no, we're just driving, and they get there pretty quickly, so, they don't drive I don't let anybody outside of like East Rochester, respond. There's a good response time. And some of the firefighters are even on that side, so they're able to take the trucks right out of there. So mostly the night crew will use ambulance 1, and then the per diem crew use ambulance 2.
Any other?
Well, they don't have to worry about speeding, there are no cops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We still have the state.
yeah, state troopers like to park down at that
They
end.
do, yeah, they do.
So I'm hiding out at your station the
Yeah.
other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, well, on engine 1 and forestry 2, the old ones, what selling for, how much?
Engine 1 sold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 56 cents.
How much?
$1,234.56. The forestry sold for around $1,800. Forestry, the forestry went to St. Johnsbury, Vermont. They flatbedded it, and it went to St. for a farm. And engine 1 went to Kingston and made it halfway there and broke down and was on the side of the road for about a week. They were going to bid that out to a country like Ecuador or something.
Oh,
I see it's for sale for online now, Craigslist.
Oh, is it?
$39. Excellent
Well, I
shape.
hope it was saying.
Excellent shape.
as long as you don't mind breaking down. Well, this was good.
Now, before they leave the driveway, when you sell them, you do take Lebanon right off, so in case it
Yeah,
breaks down,
yeah.
yeah, oh, good,
Yeah, still
yeah.
on that one.
It was still on that one, yeah.
Still on it.
We put one of your bumper stickers on there.
I was.
Oh, well, there you go.
I said, if anything happens on the way here from Lebanon, New Hampshire.
We always think you are anyway.
Yeah. Well, when I first became chief, they, in one of the trade magazines, they had me as chief as Lebanon, New Hampshire, so I had to call them up, tell them, don't worry, you didn't lose your job.
Do you have any other questions?
So the money that
it's
came
just
from the
one area,
sale, that go right into the
In the
general
expense
fund?
sheets, but
Yes.
that's,
Do you want it,
there's not much detail in
Treasurer needs to get them
Where's-
squared
Too
away
bad,
first.
could've
There's
just-
2 conversations.
where it's putting them in.
Yeah, I know,
the
nobody else is
fund.
getting,
I know.
I can see.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, everybody
Yeah,
get
I know.
gavel,
What was
there
your
you go.
question?
Oh, I was asking about the money from the sale of those 2 vehicles.
Went to general fund.
Went to general fund.
Yeah. Any donations go into the general fund.
You know,
Okay.
when you do the same
Can't go
things,
into the
you do the same
contingency
thing.
for the new
There's no
vehicle.
description. I mean, not as much as they used to be, but he's doing less, and you can't really tell.
Everything that's left over goes in the general.
Oh, are we all set? Do you wanna go over them, or?
Well, that's okay, you know, I guess.
Jordan
Because
will answer individual questions, but, I mean, you need him to.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, thank
He
you.
does.
I will talk about it.
I got the receipt, wanna see that?
There's one question on the equipment maintenance, the replacement tank, fire tech and safety, what was that
Going
for?
in and talking to him about it.
That was for the ambulance.
Mm,
Wasn't that for ambulance
October
one?
6th.
Oh.
Right.
what's that?
October 6th, it was. When we built it.
Oh, when was that?
Excuse me,
October.
what do you think?
Last year?
That's all. There's a replacement tank, portable, fire tech and safety.
Oh, that's the dump tank.
Could you put that away, please? We're in a meeting for the budget committee. That
I'm not
really is
interrupting
appropriate.
anything.
The dump tank off
Here.
of,
It goes in
tank
the
5, it had brought it out.
You don't need to see it.
Why not? What are you hiding?
Not
She just asked to
anything.
see it, I just gave it to her.
Is that pertinent to what we're talking about? No, it is not. Therefore, I don't want to talk about it. It goes to the selectmen's
Right.
meeting, it does not belong in the budget committee meeting. We'll continue with what we were talking about, chief. Thank
No.
you.
No question, it's probably not, but with Irons funding,
Mm-hmm.
it used to be a public site, you know, it was for a while, when anybody could get on there and look and see what it was when it was set up. And you could get on the computers and sign in to that site.
Who? Not that I know of. Not,
You used to, I mean, that's why, and if they couldn't do anything, you could just see it. So you think, no
Really?
calls were, you know.
Not that I know of. I knew, the only people that were on there was, people that belonged to the fire department. Yeah, yeah.
When it was set up originally, it was set up in the selectmen and everything else.
Oh,
Like with
well,
them,
Royce is on it.
and she was on it. They all were on it here, and it was a public site at the time, but and I was on it till last fall,
Yeah,
when we got
right,
removed.
yeah.
But that was just because we had the old number in there, but it used to have a public, you know. 'cause
I didn't see
all
any
you had to
public
do
in
was go
there.
on the
There was
computer
always,
and get-
there was
just have-
always,
just have
fire
public.
department members or the, you know, the members of the fire department. I didn't see any public in there, besides, Royce. So,
You could go out and look at calls?
You could see the calls.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all. You could see who was on duty and see what the calls were. It just, you know, the same as what came from dispatchers, just telling you, there was a call on, you know, Little River or whatever, you know. Which was,
Ben,
you know,
did
all you
you
had to do was sign on.
Want to offer something?
I'll just add that I think it was May 11th or May 12th that I was taken off of my own responding, so, I mean, I wasn't selectman anymore, I shouldn't have been on it, so you weren't alone, you know,
No,
so.
I know, but I mean, it's not that, it's nothing there that's, shouldn't be, and it's just a good thing that, you know, for anybody who wants to know to see it, that's all. It tells you who's on duty and if there's somebody there and the truck's out of service. But you can't really, you can't do anything on it. I mean, you can't change it because all you got is view access only and that's it. But well, actually, the one in the office was set up that way originally, because anybody could sign on with that same password is what it was.
I didn't know you could do that.
You could do it, you know, you could do it right here or any place, so. Which is, you know, just enough for the public to know what the calls were, and that's it. I mean, you can listen to the scanners, but that doesn't tell you much.
So the buildings, I know that's under that special fund, but what's going on with the building on Upper Cross Road?
nothing.
So it's
Nothing.
still owned by the enterprise?
Not the enterprise.
Well,
What did happen with it?
I mean, because the property sold, but
You have to talk to Joe about that. I have no idea what's going on with that. It's part of the, it's a corporation, and I keep on asking, and I'm not getting any answers, so.
When I left, there was paperwork had gone to Hageman, and all he had to do was sign and return it,
Right.
that was it.
That never happened?
Because that's what I was done, and I don't know what happened to it after that. Because I paid the lawyer, he drew up the paperwork, and he sent it to them, and said he was waiting. The last time I saw him when I paid him, he said it was just, he said, we could go and wait for him to.
yes,
send it out.
Ben? Call on little Ben, would you please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben?
At that time, Ladies Auxiliary was also they had to sign off, so yeah, I have a whole email, which I'd be glad to forward to any member of the select board or chief. I think I've already sent it to you, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
we've got that, but it's still.
Still gonna be signed off by the Ladies Auxiliary, which nobody knows who that really is, and that was where it left off when I was in, so.
But he was waiting for Hageman to do it. Couldn't, Ladies Auxiliary couldn't do it without Hageman doing it either, so. And that's, you know, I mean, somebody should,
So, just to let you know too, is that currently about the building, currently, I've also been in talk with the select board about building a new fire station. The town should own the building and the property.
That's
So,
long overdue.
Yeah.
so that's one of my winter projects, which, yeah, along with another stack like this,
Well, I
but.
have a place to put it.
But having two stations that far apart and having to go back and forth, where everything could be centrally located and up to date and,
You have a property
yeah.
Where's that?
right here, right next to the town hall.
I know there was some talk, I don't remember if it was, who it was, but they said back when they built this place, that EMS was supposed to be on one side, fire was supposed to be on the other. I mean, the town hall really needs that's just what I heard. So the, one of the thoughts is that if the town hall wanted to build a new building, then maybe we could put a bay on that side and take over the building. So if the town hall wanted to buy another building.
That would be an uphill battle.
So,
That's a nice idea.
but we also have to remember that if we're gonna put a fire station somewhere, it's gonna be accessible and, the roads have to be good because it's a lot of wear and tear on the roads, so.
Well, if we had a comprehensive plan, we would be open to a block grant.
Oh, what? What is a comprehensive
That's a good
plan?
idea.
You could give it back to the town. You can't hang on to it anymore.
I wish.
But you've still gotta own that other building, or it's gonna be, you're just gonna lose it. So
Right.
that's
Well, the
somebody ought to
corporation, yeah,
be doing something on
I don't understand why
So it's up in
we
the air.
haven't followed up on
it. Said
Hagan.
it went to Hagan to sign off.
Like we
they
said,
signed,
it's,
they said no
can't
problem.
Waiting for the corporation to make their move.
But I mean, if he hasn't responded, shouldn't we be asking him why he hasn't responded?
How many times have you asked this year alone?
They
Oh,
can't
yeah,
do
the
anything because they don't own
corporation,
it.
Town can't do it, town doesn't
Town
own it.
can't.
Town can't be in the middle of negotiations until the
Right,
corporation,
you
No,
know,
that's what I'm
auxiliary,
saying, but
sign
he
it over
has
to the
sign
town.
off on it, so, but I
Like,
don't,
so he's never gonna go to Hageman, having done real estate for many years. It's never gonna go to that party until you figure this
So
out
you get
here.
it done here.
You got a divorce going on, you got a husband and wife on this side that can't agree. You're not gonna go sell the house to somebody.
I'm
God, that
surprised,
sounds
to be
like a
honest, I'm surprised we still have it.
So, and I mean, the other station needs repair too, just the roof alone, I've got one bid for the roof, it's $15,000, so
So what needs to be done on the roof, what's,
it's leaking.
whereabouts by the tower?
No, in the middle of the training room. So,
Never
Well,
heard
I
of
mean,
that.
Well, it was,
yeah,
Buckets.
Buckets.
A few extra buckets.
I definitely recommend the guy that did our barn.
so we can.
Don't use the guy that did mine.
But those are my plans, is we really need an ambulance because we're doing all those calls and a new fire station.
We really need a lot.
Can you make an argument that the ambulance would pay for itself?
Well, yeah, well,
Do you have information on how much goes into the general fund?
all of it.
Yeah, it all goes.
No, but how
Yeah.
much is
Right
it?
now, we're doing, on an average, around $9,000 a month.
Yeah, wow.
You can tell them all you want, they're not gonna believe it.
Well, plus
So
that,
that's
then
over
all that
$100,000
stuff
a year.
goes back to help our tax rate too. I mean,
We know that.
well, I know, but people think, oh, actually, if he got his money, it's free, and remember, we got sold that song and dance before, but anyway, I'm just saying that it does go in the general fund, but it does help to lower our tax rate.
Right.
All the revenues we get, so, you know,
That's a good point, Laura. It does, I mean, it does.
it does.
I think that you should be the one to write it up.
No,
Do you wanna make a motion?
No. I'm just saying, I'm just saying that we have to remember that, you know? It's not like it's just sitting there.
Thank you.
So you're, so,
Any other questions?
so you're making about $108,000 a year?
Roughly, yeah.
How much is the ambulance gonna cost?
All
Roughly
decked out,
close
everything
that.
else,
Yeah.
maybe just under 300,000.
So in 3 years, technically, pay for itself.
Oh, what a lot of towns do
Then
is,
we'll need another one.
yeah, you should have a revolving.
Yeah.
What a lot of towns do is, I don't wanna say a lot, some of the towns do is that their department gets a portion or all of the medical bill and they go in a revolving fund, so they can offset, some of their budget and also have money in there to help purchase a new piece of apparatus.
We did that before. We went down that road.
So,
And then bring that to monitor with them.
That's all right.
All right.
that's what your CIP.
Well, that's true, a CIP is the way to do that, yes, not the.
Thank
So
you.
did you
very
finish saying what
much.
you were gonna say? I think you got cut off
I
in
don't know.
conversation.
I get caught up in conversations.
Okay, okay.
But, I mean, either way, it helps your taxes, either we get a part of it and we can lower, or we
Right.
keep what we're doing and all the billing goes out, all the donations and everything else goes in the general fund.
Yes.
Are we all set?
We are.
Any other questions?
Have we approved the minutes?
We're gonna do that after. We'll let the chief go home and then we'll do the rest of this minute.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
So
I really enjoyed that burn. My
Did you?
grandson loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we do another one, we'll invite you.
Okay,
We made the corrections, right?
the corrections.
Do those new corrections.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as corrected.
I
Those are
second that
last
motion.
week's, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Second?
Wait a minute.
Sorry,
Wait a
sorry.
minute.
What?
Okay, which minutes are we approving?
The corrected.
The corrected ones that we corrected last week?
No,
No, those are all
Last
set, I
week's
turned them
minutes.
in.
Okay, so I don't have the minutes
Oh, you don't have
for
this?
our last,
Oh,
for
you
our
don't?
last meeting.
Oh, okay, I
Oh,
don't
she
have
just
them.
gave it to
You did, but I didn't print any of that stuff off.
She just gave it to you a minute ago.
No, that's,
I didn't
No,
know
she
that.
gave her the-
this is the
Oh, I
last.
thought you just.
I got
Oh, okay.
Then I
So
don't
you
have
need
that.
the 11th?
No,
Is
the
that what
18th.
last week?
She needs the 18th.
I need the
Yeah,
18th.
so I don't have
The
that.
11th, I thought I gave you one.
I didn't,
Yeah, and that's what I just said, and you told
I'll
me
print
that.
them off when I get home.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I have enough to do that.
Well, do you want me to send out the corrections?
No.
No, okay.
Is anyone gonna second the motion?
I'll second it. Jerry wanted to read them.
Oh, you wanna read them first?
that would be helpful.
Oh, my God, lady.
I'll still
Well, I'm
second it.
sorry,
I
know,
Just wait on the
know.
Okay, do you have, you're reading, she's reading them now. Okay, if, they're all just kind of, can we chat?
She does, do you have those, are those the corrections?
Yes, those are the ones we just made a copy of.
It looks like next
Jerry's
week,
gonna find out later.
unless we have some kind of snow and he can't come, that we should do the highway department. Now, that went out, but Laura
Christina's making copies.
gave Christine to make copies, so everyone will have it ahead of time.
I can do
I will
that.
not be here next week.
Judy will,
Yeah.
maybe. All right. And, I don't know of any other budgets that will be ready by then, although when Christine comes back, we'll ask what they're gonna do, say, Monday, they will be doing the next roll round, or maybe we can pick up something else there.
We still have questions on transfer station
Yeah.
that they could finish up with.
That, yes, that's old business, and we'll do that in a second. Is there any new business besides what we're gonna do next week?
Yeah, I have new business. I'd like to go back to talking about that trash. You're telling me to go to the selectmen and they're telling me to go to you, so.
Go to
Who
me?
do I go to? Yeah, that's what they told me, that it wasn't selectmen's business, it was budget committee business, and that to take it up with the chairman.
Oh,
So I don't know who I'm supposed to take it up
all
with,
right, then
but I shouldn't have gotten charged for it, and everybody who's seen it has said I shouldn't have gotten charged for it. And to be honest with you, I'll give you the $6.75, but I don't think it was fair that I was charged for it, and I don't think it was fair that everybody sits and makes faces every time I mention it instead of fixing it.
Is that including?
Well, can you explain what you got charged for? I
Okay.
have no idea what you're
I
talking about.
know you don't, and nobody does,
All
but
right.
they haven't heard me, they just
We're
keep
gonna
shutting
open
me
it,
up
we're
about
gonna
it.
open this for discussion, she's gonna tell us what happened. Did you tell her to come to me?
Yes, they told me I had to speak
I
to the
just
chair.
So
She is the chair.
I'll take.
About the $6.75.
I haven't even spoken to Jordan about the $6.
I know, I know you haven't, but you told me I had to talk to my chairman.
No, I did not.
So here's what happened anyway.
Wait a minute, excuse me.
No, if I implied that, I did not mean to.
So I have to bring it back to you now because I already talked to you about it and you didn't do anything about it, told me to talk to my chairman. So you throw it at
You
her,
asked
she
for
throws it at you.
comments from my interpretation, which I have not spoken to Jordan about. This Jordan needs to be here to defend himself, first of all. We
Yes,
shouldn't even be having this
First
conversation.
thing, there's nothing to defend himself about. I'm not asking for the $6.75. I'm asking for procedure on this, okay? I asked him a question via the email. It was multifaceted because I found many things in 3 different budgets that were underneath the wrong head. He asked me to come in. When I came in, he was asking me questions about it, and I said, I don't know because I didn't bring it with me. He pushed the button like this, he handed me the budget, I looked at it, we went over it, he made some changes, other changes he couldn't change because they were on the budget of an elected official and not an appointed official, and the elected official had put it in the wrong budget himself, not doing it. So we went over the whole thing, some changes were made, some couldn't be made. But I was charged 25 cents a page for every page that he printed out for me to look at, to fix, things in the wrong budget
Again,
items.
George is not here to
So,
ask his side of that story.
I'm just saying.
I do not know if
I
you
don't
said I was
care
going to
about
take
the
those
675,
copies.
I just wanna know the procedure.
Why are you fixing?
One at a time.
Why are you?
I asked him a question on email.
Quietly.
He asked me to, I didn't fix it, he did. I was
Why are
sitting,
you telling him it's in the wrong place? Wouldn't it be because he's the department head?
Yeah.
I asked him a question. I asked him a question.
Excuse me, I take a vote to
Asked him
table
come
this
in and
because I don't think
discuss
that this is
it,
the
which I
place
did.
for it right now.
So I just would like to know what the procedure is.
I have, point of order, please, I'm gonna take a vote. We table this conversation for now because there's no resolution that's going to come out of this meeting.
Can I have a question first? If it had something to do with the budget committee, because we're looking at the budget stuff, why wouldn't that expense come off of our expenses?
That's something that we have to look into and see what happened. Jordan is not here.
Right,
I wasn't there.
I
We
got
can't
that.
talk about something we don't know about. We need all parties here.
So we don't know why he charged.
No, I guess
Okay.
if he's not here, then we can't discuss it. It's not fair, it's not right. And as far as I'm concerned, as a chairman, I will not discuss it. Can I make a motion to not discuss it, please? Okay.
You mean until
Need a
George
second?
is here?
Yes,
It's between them, I don't think it's even between us.
Right.
No, it's not.
I don't even care
I'm
about
not
the
the point.
675, why are you making
So is
it
anyone
about
gonna
that?
second my motion, please?
No.
Well, second, I have a question though. I mean,
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're gonna discuss it with him? I mean, I know it's
I
not
don't
the
care
the
about
amount
this.
of the
I'm
money,
just
it's the fact
asking
that
the
she got
procedure.
charged. So
Yeah,
that's between
right.
the two
I
of
just
them.
wanna know the procedure and I can't get anybody to tell me.
And you're not gonna win this committee right now tonight.
Do you get the budgets emailed to you like everyone else does?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't understand, it's nothing. Okay.
Right, because it doesn't have anything to do with the
All
675
right,
or the
second.
fact to charge me. I just wanna know what the procedure is.
All in favor?
And I can't get anybody to tell me.
Tabling
Well,
it.
it's between you and the selectmen and George, and
And nobody will tell me. I asked them, they didn't tell me. I asked them, nobody will tell me. So I'm just supposed to guess.
There's been a motion put on the table and seconded to table the discussion for now. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, anyone want to change their mind?
No?
About what?
Discussing it tonight.
Oh,
We have a,
we don't have a quorum.
I just want the procedure. That's all I want.
I don't have the procedure, I don't have
Well,
one
who
for
does?
you. I guess I'll have to we'll find out. Okay, would that
Then I'll go
tonight?
along and vote
We
that
shall
if
find
I can
out.
get an answer.
All right,
Because I shouldn't have to be surprised with the $6.75 charge for budget committee stuff. I shouldn't have to be surprised with it. I'd rather know.
we're gonna have to find out what the procedure should be.
And that's what please, Betty, don't make this about the 675. It's not about that. I just want to know the procedure of how to go about it.
Absolutely.
But you don't, you asked me about it and I just answered you, but you're having your own discussion. You didn't even hear what I said.
Yes, I did.
What did I say?
You said that you wanna know what the procedure is, and I have to.
What I said to you that you didn't hear was, I don't care about the 675.
I
It's
know
not
you
about Jordan. It's not about Christine. I would like to know from the budget committee chairman what the procedure is. Because if we're working on a budget right here that is filled with stuff in the wrong line item, and I've seen it, but we say, oh, it's in the wrong line item, we've already finished that budget. We can't go back and fix it after the fact. We need to know why before the fact. Do you see what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask him a couple questions before the fact, and that's all I wanted, was a couple questions.
I don't believe
Procedure.
you go ahead.
Procedure has been, and in the other budget we had, it all had to go through the chairman or one of the selectmen that would ask the
I would go in and
somebody
see
else.
him,
It wasn't up
which is
to
what I tried to
individuals
tell
do
you.
it.
Right, but that's what I'm asking. I just
You
want
should
to
have done it there
know.
to begin with.
Excuse me?
You shouldn't have gone in there. to begin with.
He asked me
Well,
to,
see, that's
so
why
do
he's
I
not
say
here.
no, I'm not coming? I have
He's not
concerns, but
here.
I'm not gonna come and address
Evan,
you?
he's not here, I don't know.
I know, but I'm just saying to you, like, what I should and I shouldn't do.
I don't
I'm a brand new
know.
member of the budget committee. Nobody's ever given me any procedures, nobody's told me what I can and can't do. I don't know if anybody else has them, and I didn't get them, I certainly didn't get them. I don't know. So to tell me, at that point, he should have said that's out of procedure,
I
you know.
honestly do not know the answer to your question. I honestly do not know the answer. If I could give it to you, I certainly would like to know this.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I'll wait for that
Okay.
answer. I appreciate that, but I just wanted it discussed, and I wanted it to stop being about the
Oh, I
$675
don't
and
think
Jordan.
no,
It's
I
not,
never
I
thought.
just want the procedures.
I never
That's all
thought
I
it was
want.
about the 675
No.
at all.
That's what's gonna be
I
inside.
did check with Dale, and we do have a box of paper now, so that should have come out of our paper budget.
Well, see, I can't answer the question.
Yeah.
Were you there as a budget committee person or a resident?
I was there as a resident.
Did
Well,
you
then
pay?
that's different, that's different then.
But wait a minute, I didn't ask for, all I asked him, I'll tell you what it was if you want me to.
I don't care, but what I'm
Right,
saying,
because
you
it's
see what I'm saying?
fixed. Because it's fixed now, is what I'm saying, is it's fixed. I didn't need that paperwork. I didn't need him to give it to me. He printed it out so
Should have
that we
told
could
them I
have
don't
that
want it.
discussion.
I'm not paying for it, I don't want the paper.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, if he printed it out and he's telling people I owe the money, I don't want him coming out here and saying
Oh,
I
I
owe
don't.
$675 and I'm not gonna pay it.
It's not about the money. The
You
money,
know,
it's a
and that's what I'm
principle.
saying.
I realize
I
the
don't,
principle.
that's over and done, it's finished. But I wanna know the procedure for the next time. If I'm handed an expense report, okay, and I see things that are in the wrong place that don't belong there, one of them was discussed by Mr. Wood tonight. So how do we get them fixed before
Laura-
we come into the budget?
Laura is exactly right.
Mhm.
You came in here as a citizen, you pay as a citizen. You come in
A
as.
citizen wouldn't have had to pay for it,
Yeah, they would.
Yes,
No, they
you
wouldn't.
would.
because I didn't
Yes,
ask
they
for
would.
anything to be printed out.
Well, then you should have said to
That's
him,
right,
I didn't ask for that,
anything to be
I'm not
printed.
paying for it, that's
Yeah.
simple. I mean,
She probably didn't know she had to pay, I don't know.
I didn't know I had to pay. And that's why I'm asking for what's the,
It's
if
nothing
I
to do
see
with the budget
something as a
committee then.
procedure.
No.
Actually, you came in here as a citizen, in there as a citizen, which you have every right to do, I
Right.
guess. But you cannot go in there as a member of the budget committee. My understanding is as a budget committee member, you do your business here in this meeting. You don't do the business by
So
going
after
there.
we do the budget, then we go back and fix the expenses that are in the
that's
wrong
between
column?
the department head and the treasurer or the selectman, it's really not your job. You could go to the chief and say he's the chief, hey,
Right.
Sean, I don't think this is in the right place, and then I think it would be his place to go to the treasurer, the selectman, whoever, I
So
don't
it's
think.
up to me then to go to a department head?
If you're concerned that it's in the wrong place, yes.
It's the department head's responsibility.
Because you shouldn't change it for you, because it's the department head's budget.
Well, the department head put it into the right place, it was, I mean, I'm not gonna get into whose fault it was, it doesn't
Well, then the
matter.
department
What
head should
what
put
mattered
theirs-
was, is that I'd like to get a clear procedure of how to
We're trying to get
write
you
an
to-
error.
We're trying to give you the best answer we got.
So there's no, like,
You
bylaws
went
or
in there
procedures
as
or,
a citizen, this is what we've come to. You got in there as a citizen. As a citizen, you pay for what you get. You can't go in there as a member of the budget committee. So you shouldn't have gone in there anyway, unless you wanted to go as a citizen.
well, I went in there as a
No, you
citizen.
didn't, no, you didn't, Deborah, that's not so.
Wait a minute.
I don't believe that.
I went in, and he sent me the expense report, but again, I don't even wanna discuss Jordan,
Me
because then
either.
she's gonna tell me I can't. Because it's not about Jordan, or it's not even about the one issue, I just want a written set of procedures, that's all I want.
We have an ordinance.
I've got copies here.
That's what I asked for.
Look,
Could have been taken care of 20 minutes ago,
Yeah,
2
okay.
days ago.
I don't know if it's in there.
Thank you.
Okay, so if we, are we gonna get printed copies, or are we responsible for printing our own copies?
If you want it before the time that you get in here, you're going to have to print it.
Okay, but we didn't get the expense we didn't get all the pages for the expense. For the fire, I didn't get it, the only thing I got was the
All
3
I got was the
pages.
budget.
Because I printed it for you here tonight, correct?
Right.
Yeah, because we just didn't print them, and I could have if you asked me for it.
But I got it on an email, I got all that on an email.
You
I know,
got
but
fire
You shouldn't have to print, if you don't wanna print it, that's fine, but
I don't wanna print it, but I still want a copy of it. I mean,
then you can come in.
but I, okay,
No, then you pay for it.
I get home at 7.
I
home at
understand that.
6,
Oh
So,
my God, I get it. I
I just wanted.
It itches.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not swearing at me, but
You know, I understand. No, I understand.
We've gotten them to this point,
Yeah.
and so
right.
I'm expecting that they're gonna be right here, and I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go.
I'll work on that this
Higher
week.
copy.
I will
I
work
mean,
on
that's why
that.
we have a budget,
I'll work
so,
on that.
okay.
Okay?
I'll work on
Yeah,
that.
I understand. It's
I
not
think,
perfect.
I think honestly, there's a little miscommunication,
Is
only
this for
because
me
I
or
asked
is
Jordan
this
to
like
email
anything
everybody, because
about
everybody
mom?
wanted by email, so that's what he did. He
That's
sent
right.
emails out to everybody.
And I think really what happened here, and if I can just throw my 2 cents in there, we had asked for these bigger budgets to be
Ahead of
announced.
time.
Yes.
So that we could review them.
That's exactly what happened.
Right.
What I think happened tonight, and this is just, again, miscommunication thing, what should have happened is, even though we did receive them, we should have had gone around and said who printed them, who didn't print
Right.
them, and made
I thought we
copies.
did.
No.
It was a little chaotic in the beginning.
It always is because of the same thing. I'll talk to Jordan and see if I can find a better way of perhaps doing this. Part of the hardest part is we're, the budgets aren't coming like they used to.
Right.
Okay, so I can't even, I call him, but he's in the middle of payroll sometimes. So
Right.
I call him once a week and say, this is what we're gonna do, any other budgets ready? And then he'll send them out. I can ask him to put them on the table, but the question is I don't wanna print more than we have to.
I have a
So I gotta
suggestion.
figure that out.
Okay,
How
well,
about,
guaranteed, I would want them printed. So
Right.
you
How
can add me
about-
to the list of wanting it printed.
Because I don't have.
how about that every week we come in, I mean, we go over the line items anyway,
Yeah, we do.
so why don't we just have everyone's printed copy on the table, and then we can
Right.
pick it up, and we go over the line items, why, we don't really have to do it ahead of time unless somebody's compelled to do that. If we're gonna go through the whole budget while we're here,
Yeah, but
why
And
do
we have to do that
though?
though, we can't just get a little,
Yeah, we.
I like to read it ahead of time so I can think.
Well, you can though, if you're gonna get the,
That's right. Yeah, he can do both.
yeah, if you're gonna get the email.
That's what I prefer.
Because we really didn't go through the fire department's expenses tonight.
No.
You
No.
just-
Right.
Right, because we didn't know.
No,
what that-
and I
No,
started to
I
say
got
that,
it, but I
but
printed it for this. It's
we
just-
didn't.
Could we ask
We didn't know the
Jordan
ACO
when,
expenses either.
when he emails us the copy, if he could just print out 9 copies? And if we happen to go by early, then we could pick up our copy, or they could just be here.
Or we
They
could
used to do
also
it that way.
email.
They
Jordan
used to do
back
it that
and
way, they
tell
had
him
a
whether
box
we
out there,
copied
this
or
was for
not.
the budget committee. I can talk to the, I will talk
We
to
don't wanna waste a ton of
the
paper.
office.
You got the.
Yeah, I don't wanna waste a lot of paper either, so I got to have that.
How about we
Copies out there.
respond to Jordan and tell him whether or not we printed it out?
Right.
It takes his time.
Yeah, we're not taking
all
his
those
time.
emails.
I just wanna know how many people are gonna, do we think want this printed for them? Okay.
Well, I would prefer it, especially with the detail reports.
Betty, I just have him do it both ways.
Okay.
Have him email and have him print them.
No,
We've got plenty, and you don't have.
We got a whole bunch of paper, so let's use it.
And that's what I was gonna say, I mean, our supply line for budget committee, it's a
I don't want to
couple.
take a lot of people's
You're
time.
gonna end up- you're gonna
No.
do
Also,
us
you
in-house,
don't,
so we
you
can-
use your own paper and your own printer ink every time.
Oh, he has them.
Very
Yeah,
lucky.
I need a lot of
Yeah, considering that we had a lot of us
We
here,
had the whole.
it's taking up our time unnecessarily if we can't see the expense reports and the budget and stuff. So, I mean, it's taking up all of our time to be here without competent paperwork versus whatever time it takes to print out, 7 copies or 9
Well,
copies
we're
or
also
whatever it is.
using our own paper
You know,
ink.
yeah, so it's,
You got 14
in that,
pages,
budget
that's
now.
taking up a lot of ink,
But
paper.
we did ask for that, just in.
Yeah, I think that's fine. If you
Yeah.
want to print it out ahead of time, you should be able to. I think it's a good idea.
All right, it's gonna be on the table.
Yeah.
We'll pick up. I would suggest that perhaps we need to, we can't start earlier. Can we start earlier? Is there any
We
way?
can come in earlier if we
People
want.
come in later.
right.
Have the people coming in.
I'm thinking they'll have them come in later, and if you can come in early, you can do you can probably study. Someone's usually here.
That's a good.
So I'd say I'll have people not come in until
That's how we did when I was here.
7.
Well,
Those early as
But
7.
honestly, the only other than what's been emailed to us now, the only other really large budget is general government.
Right.
Highway's been sent to us though.
We have highway.
So what I'm saying is for review purposes, for those of us that want to play at home, I guess.
Right.
You know, general government's really the only one that,
Should have everything for highway.
general government's really the only other one that I would personally want to spend some review time on. The other one's all little, you know, snippet,
Right.
you know, like CMP no spray, legal fees, insurance, stuff like that. That's stuff I feel that we could review at a meeting.
I think you're right.
Okay, I think we've decided. Christine said that, maybe I'll see whoever's equal first, and just ask him to do that.
I just wanna make sure he doesn't think I attacked him. I was attacking the lack of procedure. It wasn't attacking Jordan.
There isn't a lack of procedure, you didn't understand the procedure.
No, I have not been given one paper of
There's an
procedure.
ordinance. Did you not get the ordinance?
No, how was I
Because she
supposed to
doesn't
get
get the
it?
chairman versus the email.
Whatever.
I've asked you for your email how many times?
You asked, Becky asked me to make sure I
Give
did.
me a copy, I can.
Becky has my email, she's the secretary, she's, you know, I don't understand why everybody has to be passed out. I gave it to the secretary.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, is this, have we reached old business yet? Cause
I don't.
I think we have to take
Buried
a vote
this
to
one.
table it. Yeah. we
So
have to-
all you have.
Well, there was-
One to death.
There was a motion.
There was a motion.
It was half and half.
that was
It was
50/50.
Half and half, so.
All you
Yeah,
have is
so
the
we have-
budget.
Well, I'll motion myself then that we table this, in order to perhaps get a better procedure in place
Page 1 and page 6.
through discussion later. How's that?
Anyone want second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Okay, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Going back to the initial
Did you want to do
motion.
old business? Go ahead, did you have something for old business?
I'll take care of it.
We do have old business, but I don't have the highway budget, I just have pages 1 and 6.
Right, that's what I've got.
Right.
Oh, what was just copied off
Was
is
just
the budget.
the spreadsheet, and it looks like, again, like you said, only 2 pages of the expense report.
Right, and that's all I've got.
And there are 19 pages.
Right,
I'm sorry.
I think I'm going home.
that's all I got.
No, wait a minute.
Why we came here tonight, I don't know.
That's why I don't.
There are 19 pages here. If someone wants to copy them, you're welcome to.
I don't have access credentials to copiers, so.
Right.
So we,
There's 19 pages.
How many people need
Yeah, that's all
all
I got.
19
How many,
pages?
I don't need it.
I don't need it either.
I need it.
I need
Please,
it.
Christine.
Raise your
Thank
hand
you.
if you need a copy, so she knows how many you do.
It's just,
Okay, so for the minutes,
I motion
Yeah.
to table the discussion.
there's still several forms
Forms
about
about the
the
procedure we're getting at.
I know nobody
Yes,
wants to
apparently.
stay here longer than we have to.
Okay, we're already,
So, how about we go back to the minutes, then we go back to, then we can move
That's
on to
very
old
good.
business.
That's a good idea.
we've already done all that, but we were waiting for this lady.
Jerry,
I
okay.
understand.
I didn't.
Did you have any questions?
The
I
minutes.
think, is
Exactly.
waitlisted 2 words, or is it 1 word?
Waitlisted. Oh,
Waitlist.
I see you marked it.
She caught me!
You know that,
I don't know,
it probably is 2 words.
but it's okay,
It
she
sounds-
corrected it, so we're all set.
Okay,
so
so she made the correction.
That is under summer camp.
So it's already been seconded, so now can we
So
vote?
wait list is 1 word? I don't know,
2.
is it 2 words?
It is
or
a
one
wait
second?
list.
Okay.
All right, it's the motion has been made,
And seconded.
seconded, all in favor? Okay, you're done with it? All opposed, anybody opposed?
I don't know who seconded it.
No.
Okay,
Who seconded my motion to table the discussion?
Oh,
I did.
Oh,
Okay,
one
now,
of us did.
One of them.
let's go
Your
over,
choice.
Do you want to go over old business, you have some questions? I think there's a Christina.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting till she got
Yeah,
back.
okay, that's fine.
What was some other old business we had going on?
We've got some in the minutes.
Did we ever,
Transfer station.
well, that's what I was
Next
gonna.
week, George will be in.
Next week he'll be in?
George will be in,
God, I
Christine
won't
said
be.
she'll be here.
For the transfer station?
Yes.
Now, with all respect, isn't the department head essentially the entire board of selectmen, so shouldn't they
Right.
technically all be here?
Yeah, we can invite them all. Whether they come or not, is their business.
I know, I'm
You did
trying to.
invite them, they said they were gonna come, I thought, next Wednesday, you asked them. I'll go back and look at the video, but you asked them, and they said they would come next Wednesday.
I'm just gonna make sure
For general
from what he
government
said
and
that
transfer.
everyone heard it.
Right.
That's what I wanted to make sure that everyone heard it.
So what we were gonna do today is to finalize the list of questions for the
correct.
selectmen. And I kind of sifted out what I could find in the minutes, and, so there's a list on the last page of the minutes.
Sean, would you like to be, I really think that there should be one person who kind of presents our questions. I mean, we can all have something to say if we want to, but Sean, would you do that for us?
Do you want me to be the liaison?
I do.
I think we ought to cut them into pieces and everybody take one, and we all bombard them with, at the same time with one question.
I think that would be just wonderful.
All at one time?
I think so. I'll bring two hands.
Can you take one into factory?
Yeah, a long one. Get you right on the end.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
There's one thing on that, the mowing at the transfer station, I'm looking at the highway budget, and they also had the mowing at the transfer station.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah, they did, 300.
Oh, sorry.
They gave me
390?
all, plus
Yeah,
of that mowing at all public.
Sorry.
We did 390 to 360 per time.
Because I knew we weren't doing it, I couldn't go through it. Yeah.
You guys have a copy?
Yeah, this is a mess.
There, one of the questions was that, and
Yes.
apparently we should look ourselves into the budget for the, highway department. It said that it's there also. And we should mention that at the same time.
Is that what he's?
It's right
Okay,
here.
so I'm gonna.
$360 per time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Sorry.
So we'll talk, all right, so that's something we have to bring up.
There's mowing highway and transfer station.
Yeah,
I can give her a copy of what we.
that'd be great. The questions we have on the transfer station that we wanted to talk to the, I mean, you could, Royce probably knows. I guess, you know. So next week, Jordan said he would come, and so that leaves, Paul, he's invited to come to answer our questions about the transfer station. I actually talked to Jordan, and I understand why the wages were like they were, but it was a little confusing when we read it, so.
I didn't, I'm sorry. No, it's just, I was on
So
drive
he will,
up today, so
Jordan will come too, so that's gonna be really good, because he'll tell you how he put it in and where they got the numbers from, and then they can tell you,
They pay all four of them working for
7,000.
all 27 hours.
So this is,
You're
this.
up to 75,000. You pay them all full-time.
Really? I worked those numbers upside down
That's what I was trying to.
always, and I was so still confused, so. Okay, that's what you got, is the wages,
Was that on the
correct?
Yep.
All right, wages, correct?
Wages was one of the.
Mowing,
Mowing,
Um,
illegal dumping.
did you hear what Deb said about it's on the highway budget and on the transfer
yes,
station?
yes, Skip said that too, yeah.
Building contractors,
I
commercial
just
trash
handed her
owners.
from our minutes.
Oh, so you can't read it, can you?
I figured I'd just make life easier.
Yeah,
Direct to the source.
So we all know basically what we're gonna discuss. I'd just like one person to present it, and then we can, if we have other questions, after the presentation and the answer, we may question.
I'll
It's
even be
probably
good.
not as bad as it looks.
I'll even not forget.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
It's just wanting some general understanding. It's like you said, the payroll numbers just, they don't mesh.
And we couldn't get any answers, so we figured we'd have you answer.
70,000.
They meshed last year, they're not meshing this year.
Okay.
They don't match.
The only,
64,000 what it should say, but it was an argument, and we need to make a decision, so that's why we came up with 70. And another logic was that if they did get too much, and I probably shouldn't have this conversation, but if they did get too much stuff from being closed on Monday, if they got too much
on Saturday.
on Saturday, then they would have that extra, another extra person, as opposed to just 2 and, you know, they carry 4 as opposed to 3 or 2 or.
Well, you can do that, but it's not that much money.
Right.
It's not,
No.
yeah, $6,000.
I mean, so I think that.
I know, but Jordan talked to, you know, Royce Moore about,
Royce couldn't explain it to us, that was part.
No.
because originally we had come up with 64,000.
Right, and I mean,
Exactly.
if you think
And
about it,
64 was enough too, as far as I'm concerned, but it wasn't, you know,
well,
Okay,
they were concerned about that, so.
okay, great.
yeah, I mean, if you think of that number, and this is what I said that night, was, you know, you have 4 employees, 27 hours, yeah, that's 127 times 4, that's 108 hours a week.
Every week.
Right.
But they don't work that many hours, they don't work,
Right,
2 of
but-
them only work 18 hours.
Absolutely,
Right.
and that's how you
Sometimes
should
they'll work a
budget.
full week.
Right.
That's where you
I
should
think
budget
that's
your
what we-
numbers off.
Where we don't completely know these hours and how they work either. It's
Right.
not in there, so
But
that
even,
would be good.
even if we were, put all 4 of them working
Yeah, but we're not gonna
all
talk about it tonight.
hours, it didn't work out.
So you guys need to make that decision.
What else do we have to discuss?
I know, I brought up, I'm sorry.
Thank
Out of here.
Thank
What
you.
else do we do?
We still don't, as my understanding, we still don't have an answer about, John Bozek and the conservation.
I do not.
Okay. We'll just,
Okay,
wait,
I'm coming
before we
tomorrow
vote,
night.
that's fine. We did it before we vote. And the other thing that, I wanted to know, are you doing any budgets on Monday? Do you know that you know of yet?
I don't know, I'm coming in tomorrow night right after work, I'll be here hopefully with Jordan to get some of those other small ones. So
Okay,
we need
good.
to go down through, and then we have to do them on Monday with the regular budget, and him and I usually go over everything, so I can get my homework done and then.
So I'll talk to Jordan. You know, if I call him and he says, yeah, they did this one, they did that one. But you guys will not know until I get to talk to him, which will probably be Tuesday, before I talk to him.
Really, like I said earlier, the only one I really want a heads up on is general government. Again, after that, what we have.
I've already gone over it, but I have not gone over it with the board,
Right.
so,
I just
That's not
don't,
gonna be this week, right?
I haven't even looked at the schedule, honestly, buddy, this week.
Oh, it can't be
this week, I'm
Christina,
No,
I
we're
thought
doing
you guys all
highways.
agreed to be here next Wednesday, when Betty asked you on Monday, if you guys could all be here next
Yeah, I
Wednesday to
can
do
be
general government and transfer station.
Oh, no, we didn't do that.
No,
We
I
haven't
didn't
gone over
say
general
that.
government.
I didn't say anything about general
She
government.
said transfer station
No,
questions.
transfer station.
Transfer station,
Yeah,
it
we're going over
wasn't general government.
No,
just
yeah, we're going over it.
transfer.
Not ready.
Just
On
transfer.
the highway. We don't have
I
to do
wouldn't
that.
have to do that.
We're gonna do
But you guys are gonna be here as a board next Wednesday,
yeah, I
right?
think we might be able to clear.
I don't know if the others are gonna be here, I'll be here.
It was thrown out to them that they can. Royce, will you be here next
Did I
Wednesday?
miss anything good?
Will you
Oh,
be here
yeah.
next Wednesday? Transfer station, we're gonna go over that again.
You,
We invited, the other day.
We asked if all
invited
the selectmen could
the
be.
selectmen.
Sure.
And Paul's.
And when's that gonna be?
Next Wednesday.
At our meeting,
Sure, okay.
okay?
So we're looking at a proposed agenda of transfer station, highway, and whatever else may come up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to do highway to start probably and get him in and out.
How's,
Oh,
yeah, I'm not trying to be
Sure,
a kidder
Betty.
here, but how's the weather looking for next week?
It looks good.
Like, I'm not trying to.
As far as I can
see.
see,
Must be cold.
yeah, I haven't heard of any big snowstorms coming. I mean, if it does, it does.
Alright.
No, we're not getting any.
Cause I'm
No, I
just
didn't see
thinking
it
for
either.
his,
So,
for his duties, you know.
You know, I'll give him a call probably tomorrow, but, you know, it'll be still, if he has to work, he has to work. And if it's that bad, we won't wanna come out, we probably, so we'll have to deal with it as it comes. Any other old business?
Yeah, when I talked to Dale Fisk, and I turned in the minutes for the 2 meetings that we approved. And I told her that the others are on the website and that she could print them out. The one on June 8th, one I had to miss because I was having surgery. Are there minutes for that one?
June 8th.
June 8th. That's the only one, because Laura said that, the minutes said that we weren't gonna meet anymore.
That was in February I was talking about, because you had said
Yeah, it was
something about
February 6th, I
February
thought.
Right.
6th. And I said the February 3rd minute said we weren't meeting until, not the 6th, but I think the 13th or something. That's what I was
The
talking about.
13th of February, oh, I thought you meant there was no more minutes.
No, because you, when you sent your email, you were asking
I had
about
the
the
wrong
6th.
I
I
have
had the wrong
2-3.
Yeah, that
2-3 and
2-3.
2-24.
Yes, because we didn't meet on the 6th. It said it right in the 2-3 minutes.
It wasn't the 6th, it must have been the.
No, but I had the wrong date, I was trying
It
to
must have been the
remember.
10th.
Oh, so you were talking about June instead of February?
Yeah, the meeting in June, I know we had one that's not on the
I
website.
wasn't there for that.
June 8th, that would have been
They
the
were
election, so-
fire station, right? That was the fire station, and I missed that
It
one
was
too.
when the budgets that were voted down.
Right,
Right.
yeah, I missed that meeting too.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
We should have that in our emails though, because, first name, was our secretary, and she was sending them out, so we should have them in our
Nancy.
emails. so you
But she
know.
wouldn't have been the secretary then because.
Nope, we didn't have one.
Because wasn't her time up?
I think so.
But I thought she was still taking them because it was still residual, still had residual from the budget not passing.
I don't think so,
But
because she
I'll check
wasn't a
and see if I
member
have my
anymore.
email.
She wasn't a member
Because
anymore.
if she sent it out in the email, then we would all have it in our budget, but,
I'll look at my, yeah, I
yeah.
do keep them, so I'll look, I don't, it's not nothing.
Well, we're supposed to keep those for 3 years.
But I,
It has anything to do with budget committee, we're supposed to keep those for 3 years. That's why we all created special accounts.
yes, I've tried several times, and mine won't work, so I'll have to go through mine. Okay, if somebody can find it, that's wonderful. I think I probably could find it, I have everything printed. I can look for a printed copy also.
I'm in my email right now.
But I don't think it was Nancy, because she wasn't,
Actually,
the
Lori-
new people had been elected then, so.
All right,
That wasn't her.
Sean?
Laura, you actually took the meeting minutes for that meeting.
I did.
You did.
That's the meeting one.
And I actually have an email that I sent out to you asking when you were planning on typing them up, and this was on 6/10.
That's right, and then you redid them, so I don't have them. Remember? You redid on my minutes, so you have them.
Well, I'm looking to see if you sent out.
I did, and then you redid them. I'm sure I have that email at home.
Oh, I do remember that stuff.
I do now, because when he said I did it, I remember, because he redid my minutes. So,
You're still young.
I'm still learning, so sorry.
Minutes are the hardest things to do.
Is that right?
Yes.
I mean, it's always something that's wrong. I
You
mean,
did?
it'd be actually better for the person taking the minutes and not be in the committee.
A lot of committees do that. Have someone,
Yeah, it's hard to take the minutes and be involved.
my appeals board, I have no one take them because you can't, I mean, there's only 3 of us.
but a lot of towns do have just recordings.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Right.
So like, I can't do
Talk or
it.
ask questions.
In one meeting, I can't.
So I was thinking we get video cameras that can all be recorded, then you just come in and listen to them and type them up. That's what they do in Waterboro.
That's a good
The
idea.
administrative assistant just puts the headphones on the next day and she types them all up from the meeting.
I'd be going backwards,
nice.
backwards.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Put them all in and
Yeah.
then do it the next day.
Then you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Was there anything else? Wait, was there anything else in, but just before, make sure we answered everybody's questions. Okay?
I think so.
Second anybody second the motion?
Okay,
All in
Wait a
favor?
minute.
Who motion?
Jerry motion, Jerry second.